How's it going? Welcome to Beer-Gineers, and I'm really excited because we have a beer from Azvex and a double IPA, yeah, but not just any double IPA. This is Distortion, which is badged as a hyper hopped ale, yeah, and it is brewed in Motueka, Nectaron, Rakow, and Citra. Okay, so some of my favourite hops, and this is allegedly the most heavily hopped beer that Azvex has done, and I can tell you they've done some bloody hoppy beers. On the grain, we've got barley, wheat, and oats. I'm excited because I can tell it's going to be very heavily hopped because it's probably the most expensive. Well, maybe leaving aside some of the big impy stouts, but this is the most expensive double IPA I've bought from them. I think it was like £7. I think £7.25 on their website. I think I got this for £7.50 from Trembling Madness from memory, which is very expensive for Azvex. Not expensive for Beak, not expensive for Verdance, but expensive for Azvex. They somehow managed to kick out beers that are at least as good, if not better, for a lower price point. Now, Dave at Beer Dad's Beer Reviews has reviewed this. In fact, the video dropped today. So, I'm already sort of partially mind-bitched because he was worried about it. Now, the only thing I would say, Dave, is that you didn't compare it to Swedish Buzzsaw. Yeah, what I was waiting for was a comparison with that, because that has been my favourite beer of the year, and I think it's Dave's as well. I will do that. Yeah, I will not sit on the fence. I'll give you a comparison to Swedish Buzzsaw. Which is still available, I think, but maybe not for long. Now, another thing as well is that that can art is making me fucking tripping out. It's taking me back to the 1990s and various misspent deeds of youth. Anyway, beer. Let's get it in a glass. Enough talking. 2.5 minutes in. Now, what I loved when I saw Dave's review was it looks like, it's quite lively. I did this for him as well. This is what I want from Azvex, like a luminous, bright yellow. Yeah, this is what I associate. They've always been, for me, associated with very pale Pilsner malt that they use. That is just milk in a can. It's like milky. And I know I'm going to love this. Very rarely do they ever look this milky and this yellow and you have a bad experience. Let's try and top her up a little bit. That dense but compact head is lingering. Let's see what we can get through the note in the way of nose through that head. Oh, that's a dank monster. Oh, is there mosaic in this? No. Okay. I'm getting like a mosaic earthy note. If I am getting any fruitiness, it's top notes, citrus. Okay, to be expected. Citrus in it and Motueka, so you're gonna have some sort of bright sort of citrus top notes in that. But not a huge nose, not the hugest nose I've had. Not even this weekend. But the proof's in the tasting. Let's do it, chin chin. Oh. 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 Wow. So by comparison, that reminds me of Trouble's enhanced in terms of that sort of just sheer poof. I'm not picking any individual. I had, I think, was it Parallel 3 from Two Flints, where the individual elements were just bouncing out, and I was able to name them, and I'm not able to do that with this. The main one I'm getting is Mojito Lime. Oh, fucking hell, that's great. Just getting better the more I drink it. Lime's grapefruit. Not much in the way of stone fruit. And then in the middle, we've got this sort of like hop. Yeah, he's a not so much a hop burn, but just like all worlds collide type thing going on. And then you leave it, and there's a little bit of residual grapefruit business around there. There's no savoury that I'm picking up on the taste. There is a little bit of a hoppy earthiness. So it's very. So what I crave personally after drinking these beers for a number of years now is a bit of complexity. And there's layers to this. Do you know what I mean? It goes on. There's this. There's this. There's that. There's that. And while I might be interested in explaining it, there's things coming out. It's almost like imagine a good book or a good movie. You know, that you reread or you rewatch and new things come out. This is the same. Oh, there's more things jumping out. Delicious. Is it okay? Right. Okay. I promised a Swedish buzzsaw comparison. And I'm going to be a shithouse. I'm going to welch out and say it's a draw. Because it's a different beer. There's elements. Oh, there's things coming through there, man. Fucking hell. This is one I don't think I'm going to be able to sort of fully appreciate this beer until I've got through it. It's a double IPA. Just a very, very hoppy one. So whatever Azvex are trying to do, look, it's called a hyper hop tail. So are Azvex trying to create a new style of beer? Well, for me, that is a double IPA, but a fucking spectacular one, because I'm going to give it 9.5 out of 10. Same as I've given to Swedish Buzzsaw. So I have, like I say, I've chickened out, and I'm just going to say it's a draw. They're different beers, but the same rating. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Cheers.